If you're married, which person's credit score will be used? What if I don't have my W-2? If I switch jobs, but I'm in the same field, can I get approved? Will adding an account such as a car loan hinder getting a mortgage loan? Need at least a year of rental history? Why do they care about how much money when it comes to large deposits? Some of you asked me, could I help you individually? So now I'm going to do a little Q&A segment. I've got my handy dandy laptop here. So I'm gonna go through the comment section of my last video and try to answer as many questions as my camera battery will allow. If I don't get to your question, I apologize. I'm just gonna try to get as many as I can. It really means a lot to me that you guys actually engage with my videos, so I will be giving shout outs to those of you whose questions I am reading. Somebody said, why do they care about how much money when it comes to large deposits? It's because of money laundering. There are anti-money laundering laws. Before these laws were put into play, people could launder money, like drug money and different things, by buying houses and buying property. So in order to avoid this, they cracked down and you pretty much have to document any large deposit that goes into your bank account, and that's why. That was from Jeb Bush, by the way. Thank you for that question. Beauty by Krisha says, I would think you would need at least a year of rental history. I'm sure that would be a good boost. I think that was a question, like basically asking, do you need at least a year of rental history to help you get approved? Yes and no. You only need a year of on-time rental history if you are doing what's called a manual underwrite kind of loan. Typically, you only need to do a manual underwrite if you have low credit or no credit. If you are in a position where your credit isn't as great, then yes, having that 1 year of rental history is going to be necessary in order to get you approved for the loan. Or if you don't have a credit score, if you don't have any lines of credit that have reported to the credit bureaus in 6 months, you're considered a no score, meaning you have no score, which is almost as bad as having a low score. In this case, then yes, having a year of rental history of on-time payment is vital to helping to get you approved. Thank you for that question. It's a great question. Ali Anaya says, how many loans at the same time you can use to buy a home for first-time owners, or how many programs you can use at the same time? I'm guessing you're meaning like down payment assistance. When it comes to the loans that I've done, I can't speak for every lender and every loan officer, but when it comes to the loans I've done, my buyers typically only use one form of down payment assistance. One form of down payment assistance, you can also get your down payment gifted. You can get the seller's concessions like I've talked about. Only use one down payment assistance program at a time. I hope that answered that. Marlena Monique says, she has two questions. First, will adding an account such as a car loan hinder getting a mortgage loan? Second, we currently own a home outright that we use as a rental property. How can we use that to our advantage when buying a home or another investment property? To answer the first question, which was, will adding an account such as a car loan hinder getting a mortgage loan? That depends on how it affects your DTI. If you have a really great DTI as it is already, and adding that extra car payment will not increase your DTI too much, it wouldn't hinder you from getting a mortgage. But on the other hand, if you already have a DTI that is higher or closer to that 41% range, then you probably should not add a car on until after you've bought your house. Car payments really increase your DTI, and in a lot of cases they can make or break your ability to get approved. In general, I would just wait until after you've bought your house altogether to get a car if you can. Her second question is, we currently own a home outright that we use as rental property. How can we use that to our advantage when buying a home or another investment property? So if you already have a rental property, because we can count your rental income as income. Make sure that you have a lease agreement on the rental property and you have a copy of the deposit check, and you can use that as income towards your next property. And having more income helps to decrease your DTI, which helps you get approved for more. So that's how you can use it to your advantage. Thank you, Marlena. Tyler Garrett says, what if I deposit $7,000 for a down payment 4 months before I apply to the loan? Would I still have to explain where it came from? Oh, that is a great question. No, we only look at your most recent 2 bank statements. So if you have a large undocumented deposit from 3 bank statements ago, we don't care. It doesn't matter. It's already seasoned into the bank account. If you are going to make large deposits, do it before 2 months or 2 bank statements before you apply for your house. Great question. Demetrius Andrews says, what if I don't have my W-2 from year before last and I want to apply in 2020? So if you're applying for a home in 2020, that means you need to have your 2018 and 2019 W-2s. If you don't have one of those W-2s, then you need to request it from your employer. If you're not able to get it from your employer for whatever reason, I believe you can get it from the IRS. Really, you want to hold on to that kind of stuff, but if you just absolutely don't have it, then you're going to have to get it. You have to have your W-2s to get approved.
Blue Angel Lex says, if I switch jobs but I'm in the same field, can I get approved? Great question, and yes, you can. So as long as you've been either with the same employer, in the same industry, or in the same role for 2 years consecutively, then you can get approved. So if you switch from one job to another, as long as you are in the same industry, like line of work, or you're in the same role or position, then you're good, as long as you have 2 years history. Somebody said they wish I was a loan officer in Georgia. I'm actually working on getting my license in Georgia, so we'll see. Selena M says, if you're married, which person's credit score will be used to determine the loan amount and approval rate? Another great question. So if you're married, or there's 2 borrowers, a borrower and a co-borrower, and the person with the lowest score, that will be the qualifying score. We do what's called a tri-merge, meaning we pull all 3 bureaus for each person. Each person's individual qualifying score is their middle score. So not their highest score or their lowest, but whichever falls in the middle. So we'll pull all 3 bureaus for each of you to get both of y'all's middle scores. So say the husband's middle score is 700 and the wife's middle score is 500. Your overall qualifying score for your loan application of what we will use to qualify and approve you is the 500. I know that is disheartening. I don't make the rules. That's the federal guideline, but we have to go by the person with the lowest middle score. So make sure you're not applying with somebody whose credit score is much, much lower than yours, because that will actually lower your chances of getting approved. Some of you asked me, could I help you individually with getting approved? I'm happy to help all of you, but I only do loans in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. Let me say that again. Right now, I only do loans in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, or Alabama. So if you are not buying in any of those states, I cannot help you. I've been getting a lot of applications from people who are buying like all different random places that I don't do loans. I don't want you guys to waste your time starting the process. Only reach out and or start the application if you are in Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, or Alabama. I'm working on getting Georgia, possibly California, and I believe we're getting Florida, but for now, those are the only states I do. So I hope that answers that question. I wish I could help more of you, but unfortunately, getting a license is pretty tough. It's a lot of work, so we'll see. That is all of the questions on that previous video. If you haven't watched that video, you'll definitely want to. I have a ton of information in that video. If you guys have more questions, leave them down below. This is a topic that really I can break down into so many more videos. I could do a video on each of these topics that I talked about alone. So let me know what you guys want to see next. Definitely comment below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Thumbs ups and comments, they really do help me gauge what kind of content I'm going to do and what you guys like and respond to. So it really is important for you guys to give me feedback
to like the video if you like it and to comment below. Also, make sure you hit that bell button for notifications. And so if you would like to know when I upload a new video, make sure you hit that bell button so you'll automatically be notified. Also, make sure to subscribe so you can be a part of the Honeybee fam if you're not already. Thank you guys so much for watching. I just love y'all so much. I'm so excited where this channel is going and how much it is empowering you guys to buy homes and build wealth. I'm just so excited. I love you guys so much. I love you to the bank and back, and I will see you in my next video.